Tonight on News 3 at 10, Senator Baldwin and Leah Vukmir face off in the second U.S. Senate debate. And all good streaks come to an end. The Brewers fall in Game 2 of the NLCS. Highlights coming up in sports.
This is News 3 at 10.
Tonight, Wisconsin Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin took on Republican candidate Leah Vukmir in a televised debate. The two were asked about a variety of topics, including abortion, immigration, marijuana legalization. Baldwin says she would support federally changing the drug from a Schedule I to a Schedule II drug to allow research on its benefits. Vukmir wants it left up to the states, saying there are no medical indications for its use. One of the biggest topics, health care. Baldwin supports strengthening the Affordable Care Act, while Vukmir says she backs a free market health care.
Imagine if you don't have private insurance and you're that person who has a rare lung disease. You're not able to see your special doctor. That's what Senator Baldwin wants us to do.
It has been my life's work to fight to make sure that Americans have access to affordable, quality health care, regardless of pre-existing condition or other factors, that we don't have an age tax for people over 50.
Another spot where they disagreed, the need for an FBI investigation into the allegations of sexual misconduct against now Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Vukmir saying Baldwin made up her mind about the judge and did not allow for due process. A subsidiary of Foxconn is being fined nearly $1,200 in connection with flooding at the company's construction site caused by heavy rains in Wisconsin during the Labor Day weekend. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources says it issued the citation to the Foxconn Development Corporation because the company failed to construct a storm water basin on the Mount Pleasant property that would have prevented runoff into the Pike River. The Taiwan Electronics Company is building a $10 billion manufacturing plant to produce display panels. Officials hope to hire as many as 13,000 people across Wisconsin. Wisconsin voters will decide this month if lawmakers should close the state's dark store loophole. The rule lets companies access property taxes using the value of an empty store instead of an operational store. That typically gives lower assessments and saves businesses money. Opponents of the loophole say the tax burden is then shifted onto homeowners, but proponents say the burden is actually on the businesses. 22 counties, cities, and villages will vote on this advisory referendum next month. A busy day for Wisconsin sports fans with the Brewers and Badgers both playing some pretty important games. Melissa Kim is live at Miller Park with a quick rundown of the action. Melissa?
Yeah, hi there, Amanda. It's a good time when you can watch football and baseball in the same month, we hope, but not the greatest, easiest day for Wisconsin sports fans to watch their favorite teams. The Badgers in a top 15 matchup on the road at Michigan in what was a highly anticipated matchup ended up being not so great for Wisconsin. The 12th ranked Badgers losing to Michigan pretty big time at the Big House, 38-13 the final score. That highly touted Wolverines defense holding Alex Hornibrook to 100 yards in the air. He threw for 1 touchdown but was picked off twice. The Badgers now move to 4-2 on the season. They host Illinois for homecoming at 11 a.m. on Camp Randall a week from today. Meanwhile, the Brewers losing in Game 2 of the National League Championship Series 4-3 the final score. Justin Turner of the Dodgers, the big deal in this one. He hit a 2-run home run in the 8th inning to give the Dodgers a lead. They hung on. They will now head to LA to start the series, to start Game 3 of the series for 3 games in Los Angeles. We'll have much more coming up from the clubhouse later on in sports. Amanda, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Melissa. Of course, the Milwaukee Brewers dropped Game 2 of the National League Championship Series today. But for fans who couldn't make it down to Miller Park, there was an exciting new option to follow the action downtown. News 3's Adam Duxer shows us how the other sports team in town is making it possible.
The Milwaukee Bucks play their first regular season game at the brand new Fiserv Forum next week. But already the arena's district is giving Brewers fans a new place to watch the postseason.
If you can't make it to the stadium, this might be the next best thing. A cold drink, a warm fire, and a nice big screen.
Coming around and being with this whole crowd, how can you not like it? Feeling the cheering and that, it's like you're almost there.
The new outdoor viewing area is a portion of what's coming along with the new Milwaukee Bucks arena. Today, it's giving fans of the other team in town a place to watch the game.
It's exciting. It's an exciting time to be in Milwaukee.
And it's not just exciting for the fans either, but for the bars who have been here for years, now having hundreds of potential customers just outside. Those at Ugly's Bar and Grill say they've seen a change since the outdoor area opened.
There's definitely an uptick, a lot more people in the area that you've noticed have never been downtown before. Just a reinvigoration of everything that's going on down here. I think it was much needed.
And on Saturday, as Milwaukee natives cheered on their team, they also took pride in their city.
I know it's been a huge change over the last 5 or 6 years, and it's cool to see the city come up like this in so many different areas, pop up and really shine bright.
And while the outdoor space is enjoyed by those on 2 legs and also those on 4, it's seen as an opportunity to bring everyone in the city a little closer.
We welcome people from all walks of life, all ages. There's something for everyone here, and that's what we are looking for, to be a nice big melting pot and help the city grow.
Now, the best part about the Arena District is it's not complete yet. In fact, a couple of more bars will make their way to the alleyway, and I've been told stadium seating will also be added, giving Brewers, Bucks, and all Wisconsin sports fans a new spot to watch the game. In Milwaukee, Adam Duxter, WISC News 3.
Thank you, Adam. And that alleyway will also be used for Badger football games as well as Packer games soon. All right, let's turn it over to Dave Caulfield with your first alert forecast. Dare we say snowflakes?
Yeah, that is definitely a possibility as we head into later tomorrow, Amanda. For tonight, that system still well off to the west, but the clouds have filtered in to downtown Madison on the Edgewater Skycam. Right now at 45 degrees with those mostly cloudy skies. South-southwest wind still a little breezy at 10 miles per hour. That dew point at 37. Temperatures really haven't moved much from earlier on today. 45 in Madison, 43 in the Dell, still at 50 in Black River Falls, and 45 in Mineral Point. Boy, oh boy, are we warmer compared to yesterday at this time. About 10 to 20, in some cases close to 25 degrees warmer in Black River Falls compared to this time on Friday. Wind speeds, they've been a little gusty today. Not too bad, but definitely noticeable out of the south at about 8 to 15 miles per hour. The relatively breezy conditions will die down a little bit tonight, but they'll be back with us tomorrow. It will be chilly, but temperatures staying pretty steady in the 40s, and then we'll be in the 40s once again for tomorrow. A couple of rain showers, and maybe just a few snowflakes. We'll time all of that out in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. A kid is in the hospital tonight after attempting to toilet paper a house this morning. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office says several kids were in the process of TPing a house along Bilk Road when another juvenile came out from the house. That person shot at the kids with a BB gun. 2 of them were hit. 1 was taken to the hospital. The shooter is tentatively being charged with recklessly endangering safety and is at a juvenile detention facility. 2 University of Wisconsin transgender women say they have their faith renewed in humanity and the justice system after a ruling earlier this week. A jury is awarding a University of Wisconsin researcher and PhD candidate $780,000 in damages. It follows a federal judge's ruling last month saying the state can't ban insurance coverage of transgender health care and procedures such as hormone therapy and gender reassignment surgery. Alina Boyden and Shannon Andrews say it's vital transgender health care needs are being met.
To have the jury really send a very strong message to the state was just very healing for me personally, and I'll be thankful to those 8 people for the rest of my life.
We reached out to the University of Wisconsin and they don't have a comment on the issue, and we didn't immediately hear back from the state. WORT Radio raised funds today with their annual record riot. The community radio station and other record vendors sold vinyl of all different genres. Organizers say that music fans and audiophiles from across the area love this event for the eclectic range of albums. According to the station, the support is essential to keeping their station running and achieving their mission.
It's part of keeping community radio on the air by having things out in the public where people can come and hang out and enjoy what we're providing for them and also support our station.
The money raised at the event will go to fund improvements and operating costs at the station. Madison's downtown and UW campus area are busy this weekend. The Wisconsin Science Festival and Family Weekend are drawing some big crowds. Both events welcome students, families, and community members to programming ranging from tours to demonstrations. The festivals collided today at a science-oriented tour of Alumni Place. Organizers say the Science Festival and Family Weekend complement each other in unexpected ways.
I think it allows us to showcase a different area of UW-Madison to families. I think sometimes folks are familiar with visiting to see athletics or other performances, and we value those areas. We also want families to know about all the great things happening throughout campus and the research and discovery that's part of this place.
The Wisconsin Science Festival wraps up tomorrow in Madison and across the state. For those who have been dreaming of a new ride, Bergstrom Automotive had an opportunity to test out some new wheels for a cause today. The Ride for the Cure event let participants test drive cars. Each mile driven raised $1 for the UW Carbone Cancer Center. According to the business, seeing coworkers and friends touched by cancer made that event much more meaningful.
You know, I think we all know somebody who's been touched by cancer. We've got several employees who have either fought or are fighting them or their spouses, and so it's an important cause for our company, and you know, I know it's an important cause for a lot of people in the community.
Participants drove the cars along a 9-mile route and could try out as many cars as they wanted. Next up on News 3 at 10, Hurricane Michael has left a path of devastation in parts of Florida. What officials are saying about recovery efforts.
Will you
The death toll from Hurricane Michael has climbed to more than a dozen, with a recovery of victims today in Virginia and in the hard-hit town of Mexico Beach, Florida. It's been 3 days since the monster storm slammed the Florida Panhandle, destroying an untold number of homes with 155-mile-an-hour winds and a tremendous surge of seawater. Omar Villafranca is in Mexico Beach with the latest.
We got guys working over here from Tennessee in these areas north of 15th Street.
Search crews are still going door to door in Mexico Beach looking for survivors. Cadaver dogs are helping search teams find anyone who may have been killed in the storm's 155-mile-per-hour winds and 14-foot storm surge.
You see a lot of foundations that are there, but no homes.
Captain Ignatius Carroll is with the South Florida Urban Search and Rescue Team.
You have about 160 people that are out here conducting still some secondary searches and more thorough searches.
Carroll says after 3 days of checking on residents and sifting through rubble, teams still have more work to do, and it's not easy. A couple rode the storm out in one of these homes. One person was found dead, and search crews are still looking for the other. But what makes this job so difficult is that this is actually 3 homes that were sandwiched together, and the storm surge pushed these homes more than a quarter mile away from their foundation.
I used to have a really, really pretty house.
A tree crashed down on Angel Smith's roof before 2 feet of water poured into her home. She lost nearly everything.
It's horrible. It's demolished.
Smith says even though relief supplies are starting to trickle into town, more is needed. What do you still need?
What do we need? We need water, we need cell phone service. Cell phone service is a big thing. Water, power, everything.
First responders told us that they helped 20 people out of their homes today, and they also evacuated 4 families and their pets and took them to Panama City. 2 people were also transported for medical reasons. But one of the big problems that first responders are starting to see here is from residents who are trying to clean up. They're gutting themselves on some of this debris or stepping on nails, so now they have set up a small medical tent to help anyone who may need assistance. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Mexico Beach, Florida.
All right, Dave joins us now. I mean, seeing the footage from that, it's crazy how powerful it was.
It's staggering. I mean, the storm rapidly intensifying, and I mean, anytime you get winds of over 150 miles per hour, I mean, you're going to just get untold damage, and it's really, really unfortunate. Hopefully, the folks down there can rebuild sooner rather than later, but it's going to definitely take some time. And around here, nothing like that really, but a little bit of rain could be on the way over the next 24 hours or so. Even a few snowflakes. We are starting to see some of that rain filter into portions of southeastern Minnesota, but across southern Wisconsin, we are still clear on Doppler track. However, the clouds have moved in advance of this next small rainmaker. Downtown Madison on the Edgewater Skycam, looking at mostly cloudy skies right now. Today, we did see a little bit of sunshine, and with the southerly winds that helped bump up temperatures into the upper 40s, closer to 50 degrees. Still, though, running about 10 degrees below normal for this time of year. Others made it a little bit closer to 60, like Boscobel at 57, 52 in Mineral Point, the high, and 52 in Janesville. Right now, those temperatures about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than our afternoon highs. 45 in Madison, 43 in Janesville, already into the upper 30s in Waukesha, and 44 in Lone Rock. Wind speeds, they've been a little bit bothersome today. Not going to lie to you guys. Out of the south at about 8 to 15 miles per hour. Our high temperature trend really showing this chilly weather continuing into the start of the work week, but then I do think we'll get a little bit closer to normal and closer to 60 degrees by the start of next weekend. For tonight, becoming mostly cloudy, a slight chance of a shower overnight. Then for tomorrow, I think those temperatures really staying steady in the mid-40s, a chance of showers, breezy and chilly, maybe even a few snowflakes. So let's take a look at that possibility on future track. Really not showing all that much overnight, but a couple of nuisance showers may be with us, and that goes into tomorrow afternoon and early evening as well. So maybe have that jacket ready, the umbrella ready to go, because these showers may form kind of at any time. Really kind of weak forcing at the start of this, but once that cold front gets going and moving through, a couple of snow showers not out of the question, and the snowflakes reaching the surface not out of the question either. But with the ground temperatures in the upper 30s, no accumulation expected whatsoever. We'll continue to keep a close eye on that. That's running about 2 weeks ahead of schedule. I do think we'll dry out after that, though. Our average first trace of snow is October 25th, so we would definitely be ahead of schedule, but it can happen as early as late September and as late as basically December. That was pretty crazy when that happened back in 1994. So we'll see what this year brings in the traces snow department. Temperatures in the upper 50s by Friday, a chance of showers late. Some breezy days ahead of us, and temperatures really staying put closer to fall-like readings as we head into the start of next week as well. So if you're not a fan of winter, hopefully the snow stays away
Something
tomorrow.
else makes you happy.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Dave. A tough night for the Badgers, especially the offense. Those highlights coming up next in sports.
News.
Well, a highly anticipated matchup in college football tonight, a top 15 matchup actually in the Big Ten with number 12 Michigan taking on number 15 Wisconsin, a night game at the Big House. And you know that even though this one was a chilly night there in Ann Arbor, the Michigan offense, at least to start, was heating it up. No score till the second quarter. Karan Higdon punching it in for the short 2-yarder, 7-0, Michigan up first. A few minutes later, the Badgers answer right back in the form of Kendrick Pryor. He's a wide receiver, but he can run the ball too. 33 yards for the score. We've got a tie ball game going into the locker rooms at halftime. Second half here now. Michigan comes out swinging. Shea Patterson on the QB keeper, 7 yards for the touchdown. Wolverines up 21-7, and the Michigan defense contributing too. Alex Hornibrook going to throw, picked off by Lavert Hill, and he would take it 21 yards the other way for the pick six. 31-7, Badgers are down. Late fourth quarter now, Badgers trying to get one on the board here. Hornibrook to A.J. Taylor, but those scores not enough. Badgers losing their first conference game of the season to move to 4-2 on the year. Afterwards, head coach Paul Christ just wants his team to get better.
Things going in the run game, and was proud of the way that the defense was playing, and yet you look back at it, and we've got to be better on third down, and third down and the turnovers obviously become big, but to beat a good football team, and Michigan is a really good football team, we've got to play better, and you got to make those plays that change momentum in a game, and we didn't make enough of them.
The Badgers will host Illinois at home next weekend. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the Big Ten, Michigan State at 8th-ranked Penn State. Badgers will head to Happy Valley next month. First half action tie game at 7. Miles Sanders getting the handoff. He'll go up the middle for the 48-yard touchdown. Nittany Lions take the 14-7 lead. Fast forward now to the third quarter. Brian Lewerke, the quarterback, going to Felton Davis III on his right side, airing it out for the 20-yard score. We're tied again at 14. Just seconds left in the game, under 30 seconds to go. Lewerke to Davis III again, this time on his left side. Davis III shedding a tackle, going into the end zone. Spartans lead 21-17. A very happy Mark D'Antonio leaving Happy Valley with the upset, 21-17, the final score. We're here live at Miller Park for the NLCS Brewers and Dodgers in Game 2 of the series. Now, after the Brewers had that big win last night, 6-5, they of course had a lot of confidence. They had to have a lot of confidence coming into today's game, and it definitely showed from the start. Top of the first inning, David Freese with a big hit here, could potentially be a 2-run home run, but Lorenzo Cain says, no way, this is my house. Sweet catch there. No score till the 5th inning. Orlando Arcia launching one for the solo shot off of Hyunjin Ryu, his second home run of the postseason, only his third all season long. 1-0 Brewers. We fast forward to the 6th inning, 2-0 Brewers. Travis Shaw, the mayor, owning his turf with a home run, his first of the postseason. 3-0 Brewers, but you can't stay comfortable for long because this is the postseason. 8th inning now, Craig Counsell going through that bullpen. Jeremy Jeffress giving up a big one to Justin Turner. A 2-run home run to give the Dodgers a lead. That would be the difference in the game. 4-3 the final score. Now this Brewers team will now head to Los Angeles for a 3-game series. This is the first Brewers loss since September 22nd. They won 12 in a row before today. They are now tied at 1 game apiece, and again we'll head to LA for 3 games starting on Monday. Days in with a final check of your forecast. Stay tuned.
No one
some rain showers and maybe some snowflakes tomorrow.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a good night.